We're Reading's hip hop station, the all new Loud 98.5, PA's new home of the Breakfast Club. You're getting loud with Vidal. Hope you guys are enjoying your day. And listen, we are closing the curtains on Women's History Month. And for the rest of the week, a few days out of this week, I'm going to shine the spotlight on some very influential women here in our community. And who do I have in here today? Well, we're talking about a woman who is the definition of strength and a true pioneer in our community. She's a loving wife and mother. She's a courageous breast cancer survivor and a history maker. In fact, she is the first African-American female district justice, a milestone she shares with the incredible Carissa Johnson, who we're going to be talking to later this week. Get ready to be inspired, beautiful people. Please give a huge welcome to the Honorable Judge Tonya Butler. Thanks for coming in today.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. We're going to get into it, all right? Let's talk about breaking barriers and legacy. Now, looking back at your journey right here in Reading, what was the light bulb moment where you realized that you weren't just practicing law, but you were actually clearing a path for the next generation?
In the very beginning, I started out as a Berks County public defender.
Okay.
I would see students and talk with students and ask them what they wanted to do. Students would always say to me they wanted to be lawyers, doctors, basketball players, football players. I would ask them, have you ever shadowed an attorney? And students would say no. But they would say that they decided that they wanted to be an attorney based on law and order.
Wow.
I heard so much about law and order. And so I would say to students, being an attorney is so much more, is so different than what you're seeing on Law and Order.
In fact, I didn't see any attorneys that look like me and you on Law and Order. Not many.
No.
Right.
No, not at all. So I would tell students to come and shadow me. When I worked on my own, I had students from BTI to come in and shadow me. When I worked at the city, I would have students from iLead come in and shadow me.
Okay.
And then now as a Magisterial district judge, we have high school students, college students, grad students come in and shadow us. So I knew early on that when you look to your left, you look to your right, there aren't very many attorneys who will look like you, but that doesn't mean that you can't be an attorney.
That's right.
So you need to come in, you need to see, do I want to do this all the time? Do I want to get dressed up every day? Do I want to work inside every day? Do I want to talk with people? Do I want to push papers? Like, what type of attorney do you want to be? What do you want to do?
Right.
And so I've been fortunate to be able to offer that experience.
And I got to tell you, it's very inspirational to see those images on social media. I always see those pictures when the students come in and they sit behind your bench. It's a beautiful thing to witness. We're talking to Magisterial District Justice Tonya Butler on the all-new Loud 98.5. Now, Judge Tonya, on this station and beyond, we talk about the reality of the streets and the culture. From your seat on the bench, what is the biggest misconception that you think our listeners have about the judicial system, and how are you working to change that narrative?
I would say one would be that judges don't care and that the system is against them.
Okay.
And I'm working to change that in showing them I do care. I'm listening to their version of what happened. I'm offering them opportunities when people come in and they have warrants, they have payment plans that they can't pay.
Right.
I'm giving them opportunities. I'm telling them about resources in the community that they may not have heard of before. So it's in my interaction with them. It's also in what I'm saying to them, to let them know that they're coming into my court not for just, as, I don't know how to put it.
In other words, they're not just coming in there to have the gavel just thrown at them. You're looking at it from a place of empathy. You're looking at a place from a loving and caring perspective, from a completely different lens. Would you say, and this is off script, would you say that you're looking at it from the lens of yourself, or maybe somebody that you may know that may have had a struggle?
Every day as I'm coming in there, I'm looking at it from the person on the street's perspective.
Right.
That is how I'm treating that person. I'm not looking at them as though I sit up high and they sit down low.
You're meeting them where they're at.
Meeting them where they are.
I absolutely love that about you. I truly appreciate that, and I know that the community appreciates that as well. So I'm going to ask you some rapid fire questions real quick. We're going to have some fun. You ready?
All right.
Let's get into it. What are your favorite local Reading spots to eat or just kind of unwind?
That's easy. That would be Beckett's and the Grill and Chill.
Grill and Chill and Beckett's, yes. So, Mr. Beckett, if you listen, man, I'm coming over for some wings and fries. Is that your favorite, the wings and fries?
Wings and fries.
All day, every day. And at Grill and Chill, what's your favorite? What's your go-to meal?
Fish and the combo Earl makes with the cabbage and greens.
Okay. Shout out to Earl. Shout out to Mr. Beckett. What's your current playlist? What's on your playlist right now? Give me like 3 songs.
I'd say mostly gospel. Mm-hmm. I Smile, Kirk Franklin, Elevation Worship.
Okay.
And anything from Donnie McClurkin.
Okay. Now, I heard some gospel records. Do you listen to any hip-hop, any rap?
I do.
Who's your favorite rapper?
I'd say Dougie Fresh.
Dougie Fresh. That's a good one. Give me your top 3 favorite rap groups of all time. It could be 1 or 3. Top 3 rap groups. Who you got?
All right. So Dougie Fresh and the Get Fresh crew.
Yep, that's one.
Salt and Pepper.
Salt and Pepper. I like it. No Run DMC, no Tribe Called Quest, maybe? Nah. Okay, all right. Anybody you want to shout out while we here?
I'll shout out my husband.
Scotty, what's happening?
Winston Butler and my kids, Scotty and Wesley.
No doubt. Thank you so much for coming by. Truly appreciate it. Ladies and gentlemen, we are celebrating Women's History Month, closing out the week. And this is all about her story. We talked to Magisterial District Justice Tonya Butler. Thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you.